The year is 1865. The American Civil War has just ended. For enslaved black Americans, a glimmer of hope emerges. General William T. Sherman, a Union Army general, issues a groundbreaking order. It's known as Special Field Orders No. 15. It promises something unimaginable: land ownership for freed slaves. Each family would receive 40 acres of land. They would also get the use of Army mules. This promise, 40 acres and a mule, represents a chance for economic independence. It is an opportunity to finally own a piece of the land they were forced to work on for generations. The order focuses on coastal land in South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. This land was previously under Confederate control. The hope inspired by Sherman's order is short-lived. President Andrew Johnson, who assumed office after Abraham Lincoln's assassination, overturns the order. This happens within the same year it was issued. The land that was promised is returned to its former Confederate owners. This action crushes the dreams of black Americans seeking a fresh start. The government's reversal sends a clear message: equality and justice are not a priority. The promise of 40 acres and a mule becomes a symbol of betrayal. It represents the government's failure to address the horrors of slavery. The denial of 40 acres and a mule has a lasting impact. Black Americans are denied the opportunity to build generational wealth through land ownership. This denial perpetuates economic disparities that continue to this day. Systemic racism further hinders Black Americans' progress. Discriminatory practices in housing, education, and employment create barriers to success. Section 4. The fight for reparations. The fight for reparations for slavery is a long and arduous one. It gains momentum in the civil rights era. Advocates argue that the government has a moral obligation to address the injustices of the past. They demand financial compensation, land restitution, and other forms of redress. Section 5. Echoes in culture. The phrase 40 acres and a mule resonates deeply within Black American culture. It becomes a rallying cry for justice and equality. Artists, musicians, and filmmakers use their platforms to keep the issue alive. Spike Lee, the renowned filmmaker, names his production company 40 Acres and a Mule Filmworks in 1979. This act is a powerful statement about the enduring legacy of this unfulfilled promise. Section 6. Real lives, real losses. The story of Elon Osby's family is a poignant example of the impact of land loss on Black Americans. Elon's grandfather, William Bagley, owned 60 acres of land in Forsyth County, Georgia. In 1912, racial tensions forced the family to flee their land. They received no compensation for their loss. The Osby family's experience is not unique. Countless Black families have been stripped of their land and livelihoods through violence, intimidation, and discriminatory practices. Section 7. A long road ahead. The conversation about reparations for slavery continues to gain traction in the 21st century. Cities like Evanston, Illinois, have implemented local reparations programs. These programs provide financial assistance and other forms of support to Black residents. While these local initiatives are a step in the right direction, the fight for federal reparations faces significant challenges. Political opposition and public opinion remain divided on the issue.